so because I'm not going live again if I'm muted. um, I was muted. I was talking for like 9 minutes and I was muted, so that was annoying. So let me try to think about what I was talking about. So I think I was lamenting about the state of my life because not in a pity kind of way, but just sort of being annoyed or um, I don't know, feeling bad about myself or something for the way that my life is going right now. Because um, when I was a kid, I grew up in very extreme poverty, and my life mission was to get out of the extreme poverty. And I did about a year ago. And I thought that my life was going to go a certain way, and that my life would be happy, and that I wouldn't have all of my issues. But I don't know that I was wrong, but um, this is the first time that I've gone back into like a more depressive state in a while, and it could be that I'm just not taking care of myself very well lately because I haven't, I haven't, I normally, I lift weights and I try to eat pretty healthy. I used to be very, very overweight. I'm still really overweight, but I'm like half the weight that I was before, so definitely improved a lot. Um, but I um, I haven't been taking care of myself in the way that I probably should be. So that could be the main cause of this, honestly. But um, I did get back into lifting weights today, so that was good. I think I feel a little bit better. But anyway, um, I've just been thinking about how it feels like I have almost no control over my life. Like everything I do lately is for other people or because of other people. And it's been amplified because of some of the situations that I'm going through now that, in my opinion, I really shouldn't have to deal with at all. So anyone who like watches this probably knows what I'm talking about already. But it's possible that there could be other people who watch through this. So basically I have a very abusive sister who lived with us um, like 10 years ago, and it was horrible. I won't go into it, but it was absolutely horrible. I think it caused a lot of the issues that I have now. Um, Although I've done a lot of work on myself since then, of course. But she her home is in very bad condition, and she's probably losing her home. And my mom initially wanted her to live here, and I was trying to figure out a living situation for her, and I was just unable to. And she wasn't really cooperating with some of the options that I did put forth to avoid her living with us and to make everyone happy. And now it got to the point where she visited us and she just went completely psychotic. She is very mentally ill, but she doesn't, I don't know, she doesn't get treated at all, and she doesn't like believe that other people, or she doesn't believe that she's the problem. She thinks that other people are the problem. Um, so, but that sounds very vague, but she's just horrible to be around. Um, and especially for someone like me because I have autism, and so being around like very strong emotions is just a killer for me. Like I'll get so exhausted that it'll probably really kill me after a while. I know when I first when I lived with her 10 years ago, um, I basically didn't want to be alive at all during that because of all of the abuse and all of the really strong emotions that she had. It was extremely exhausting. But she came here and just to visit, and after only 4 or 5 days, she tried to kill my mom. So, very heavy stuff, but now she's in jail, actually not for trying to kill my mom, but for other charges that she had. And I have no idea when she's getting out of jail. She could be sentenced to a really long sentence, actually, which would probably be ideal. But it takes a long time for someone to actually get sentenced. So I have no idea what's going to happen. And that gives me a lot of anxiety because after she gets out of jail, she might not have anywhere to go. But I can't let her live here. There's no way. Like, initially, I was just gonna leave. Like, I was gonna let her move here, and then I would just move out myself, and then she and my mom could be together. Because I'm like the main provider. I'm not like living off of my mom or anything. It's the opposite. My mom is living off of me and my income. But if my sister lived here, then she could pay part of the rent, and my mom could pay part of the rent. But my my sister's behavior was so horrible that it feels unsafe um being being with my mom at all. Like she just tried to kill her basically. So she can't be around us anymore. We got restraining orders and that's it really, but obviously my mom's feelings, like my mom is so upset, but there's not much I can do about that. Um, but my mom was kind of counting on me to resolve this situation with my sister, but I couldn't. Um, it's really like she's the one who caused her own life and her own situation. She blames my mom a lot, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't alive. Like my sister is a lot older than me, but if my mom was like how she is now, then I don't see how my mom would have like messed her up that much. But I don't know. It has nothing to do with me. That's the point. I shouldn't have to take care of my sister, and I I can't. I really can't. I'm not equipped to at all. And but I've spent the past 5 or 6 months worrying about this situation, and now it's kind of come to a head. But I still take care of my mom, and I still, like, most of my life is taking care of my mom. And I mean, there are benefits to it, but one of one of the big drawbacks is that um, I don't really. It feels like I don't really know myself at all, and part of that could be due to having autism. So like, I don't. I don't think I'm like the standard type of person with autism. Like most people say that they can't tell I have it, but now that I'm putting this on like a live stream, people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's so obvious that you have it." But I don't I don't think it's super obvious to most people that I have it, um, because I don't really act like myself most of the time, or really ever, I think. Everything is kind of impromptu theater, and that has a lot of drawbacks. And I don't know myself at all, and I don't feel confident in myself, and I don't even know like what my personality is. Um, I don't. It's so bad that my voice, like, if I'm around people, I change my voice depending on who I'm talking to. Like, if I'm around women, then I'll talk in a more feminine tone. But if I'm around men, then I talk like how I do now. Um, but it's just so tiring. It's unbelievably tiring. Um, And I think I don't know how much longer I can do it. There's a lot that I don't reveal about myself, even to people who are close to me, but especially to my mom, who lives with me, and having to hide things about myself from someone I live with. I don't know, I guess a lot of people probably do it, but I've just been doing it for so long, and I've just been hiding myself for so long. It's not like it's just one thing about me. It's basically my entire personality I've been hiding, but I don't even know what my personality is because I think some of the acting, it's like integrated myself, or it's integrated itself into my personality. And so my personality is like a persona, if that makes any sense at all. It probably doesn't. Um, so I don't know myself, and I'm at the age, like, I'm in my mid 20s. So I'm at an age where most people my age, I think, are finally starting to become very confident in who they are, and they've realized things about their personalities. And I think a lot of that has happened with me too. Like, I feel way better about myself than I ever have, at least most of the time. Like, my confidence level keeps increasing all the time because I really hated myself when I was a kid. But um, I still, it's like I don't know who I am. And a lot of other people are really like, I know that part of being a confident person and being a successful person is to like not change who you are for anyone. But I'm completely the opposite of that. I change who I am for everyone to please them or just to not to not be hated by other people. And it's so, like I've said a million times already, it's so exhausting that I don't like know who I am. I don't know what my personality is. And how am I even supposed to find out? It's not like I can just go and live by myself for a while and take like a long trip because I have someone to take care of. And it's like, I think too, like I was just in poverty where none of this was even anything that I would think about. But I guess if anyone knows about like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, maybe there is some validity to it where I'm starting to think about some higher level desires that I have. Um, I mean, even like last year, like, I've been in romantic relationships before, but I never really liked them. Like, I was just putting on a performance then too. But recently I was in one that I actually did like the person, but it never would have worked out, so I broke up with the person. But I've broken up with every romantic relationship I've ever had. I was the one who broke up with them. And I think the reason I broke up with them was because, well, sometimes it was just I really didn't like them, but most of the time it was I was just putting on an act for so long, and I couldn't keep up with it anymore. It was so exhausting. I kept telling lies. Um, it got to the point where basically everything I was saying was a lie because I guess I was afraid of them knowing what I'm truly like or something. I don't know. But um, I don't know. I think I feel a little bit better, but I think I still had a bunch of stuff to talk about. Um, I just, I don't really know what to do. Like, my mom, she was saying that she was open. Like, I said that if I had to separate from my mom for some reason, that I would pay for some kind of assisted living or something, but I don't know if I actually can pay for that. And what if I'm just resentful for paying for that? But then if I lived by myself or whatever, then maybe I could figure out more about myself and actually develop a personality. Or maybe not. Maybe it would be even worse. Maybe it would be way worse because then maybe I would be lonely. Like, I have friends, but most of my friends, I put on an act with them too. And I don't really like my friends that much because I put on, but I don't like, if I don't put on an act, it's like there's nothing there. It's like I have no personality at all. Um, so it's like, what do I do? And like having autism, all the obviously there's all these just weird like idiosyncrasies that I have, and a lot of people are shallow and they don't they don't like that. Like they'll dismiss me based on that, and why wouldn't they why wouldn't they when there are so many other people in the world that are not really weird like me? Um, it's just depressing in a way. Like, but it's not as depressing as I used to think, because I used to think that there was no hope for me, that I would go through life just being completely alone, internally at least. Like, I can make fake friends, but I would I would never meet people who would appreciate my true self. But I actually am meeting people who are okay with my real self. Um, I met a friend recently in like August, and we're pretty good friends. Um, we talk a lot about really deep subjects to each other, and it's nice. Um, I don't, I don't know if I've ever really had that. I do have a best friend that is separate from the person I'm talking about, but my relationship with my best friend is very odd, and I think he's a lot like me. I think that my best friend is autistic, but he denies it. Um, but it's, I don't know, we don't like, there's not a lot of like care between us, I guess, the way that friends would care about each other. Like, I do care about my best friend, but it's, I don't really know how to explain it. Um, I don't know. I think I feel a little bit better now that I got it out. I think even this, like, I would never be able to talk in a live stream, even though there's no one here. Oh, wait, someone's here now. Hi, whoever's here. I can't see the person's name, but hi, whoever just showed up. Um, but for that, I probably wouldn't be able to talk on a live stream, even if there was no one in it, because I used to be so ashamed of myself and everything about myself, like my voice and everything. Um, like I said, I used to change my voice all the time, depending on who was around me. Um, and, oh, I was talking about how I I have improved a lot, but it just doesn't feel like enough. It doesn't feel like I've caught up to what other people are doing. Like, there are tons of people my age that have families and stuff like that. And if I made a family now, like if I got into a relationship right now or had kids or anything like that, that would feel horribly irresponsible on my part because I haven't figured myself out at all. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I have a lot of stability in my life in general. Like, I have a very stable job. Um, I live in a place that I'm probably not going to get kicked out of. So that part of my life is good. I did something right. But I still feel like I'm a huge train wreck. I don't feel like I don't, I don't know. I don't feel like I have matched up with what I want to be, but I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what goals to aspire to. Um, like I feel like a loser even though I don't think I am. Um, okay, don't remember what I was gonna say. If I'm starting to forget things, maybe that is a good thing. Maybe that means I should stop. I feel like I got a decent amount out, so I feel like it was helpful. I feel like this is good because I use I've I have done so much work on myself, and I really do feel like I've improved a lot. But um, I want to improve faster, I guess. And I don't know, maybe this channel and like these live streams, or maybe I can make them just videos or something. But I guess it's good if it's a live stream because then I don't have to edit it or anything, and people who don't like it can just leave, so I don't have to feel bad. Um, but I can talk about whatever I want regarding myself, and maybe it'll be helpful. And another positive thing is that I can get like the opinions of other people besides people who have like a vested interest in me, like my friends. Um, I don't know. I feel like maybe my friends would want to be nice to me, and I'm in therapy, and I feel like my therapist might want to be nice to me to keep me as a client. I think that she says the truth a lot, but um, it it'll be interesting to see what people think of the real me. Like I'm trying to be genuine on here because I'm not very genuine in my real life. And it could be that this is so boring that no one wants to watch it. Or it's really depressing because that's another thing I know about myself is that actually I just recently figured this out about myself is that I have a very like down, low energy, and that's one of the main reasons why people didn't like me as a kid because I got, I got bullied and all that. My self-esteem went down, and all my energy and stuff went down too. Even though I have a lot of energy, I just don't bring it out. And it's hard to bring it out because, to be honest, I'm in kind of a bad mood a lot. Um, but not nearly as much as I used to be. But anyway, I can see what people's opinions are of me on here potentially. So that's another potential positive of doing this. And it may be that like everyone hates me. That's a possibility. Um, and if if that is true, um, I don't know. I don't really know what I would do if I find out that everyone hates me and the way I am being on here. Because I don't want to be a persona anymore because it's so exhausting. I don't know. Maybe some people are destined to be personas. I'm not sure. Um, I think I'm starting to not know what I'm talking about anymore, so I should probably wrap it up. But if somehow someone does watch this, I can't imagine someone watching this all the way through. It's really boring. But if you do, I guess you should leave a comment and let me know if you can relate to any of these thoughts or what you think of the things I just said. Maybe maybe I'm just a complete train wreck and loser and I don't know, but I don't think so. I think that I've done a lot of work on myself and um, I have high hopes for my future, but I just wanted to kind of get this out. So I think I'm gonna go now. Um, okay, I don't really know how to end this, so I'm just going to press the stop button now. Bye.